In my hand I have... So here we've got citrus Aurantium, known as the bitter orange, also as the Sevilla Orange. It's been cultivated for hundreds of years to make bitter English marmalade, but not only that, to grow as a rootstock so that people can then graft other citruses onto it. And this is the tree. It grows a tremendously strong rootstock that can tolerate a wide variety of soils. And where we live on a mountain slope. The depth of soil here is terrible. It's extremely hard to cultivate vegetables because there's such a network and sponge of roots that just whip up all the nutrients from the other trees and plants around. But these Sevilla oranges can tolerate anything. The rootstocks are almost indestructible, and that's why they make such a fantastic rootstock for you then to graft other citrus plants onto it. So over the last few weeks I've been harvesting and saving the seed from the bitter orange, the trees that are within our own garden. And now we're going to plant some up. I've got a seed tray here with a mixture of a nice potting soil to get them germinated in. I've added a bit of sand because citrus love drainage, they hate to be waterlogged, and I've added a bit of compost in there to add a bit more organic matter as well. I thought this might be a fun project also to do together as a community. If you want to join in, then get hold of some bitter orange seed. Maybe you live in a place in America, in places like California, you should be able to find them just growing around wild. If you're struggling to get hold of any seed, I'm going to make some available, a limited amount obviously because I'm restricted to harvesting them myself from my own trees, and I'll put a link in the description where you can find them and purchase them. This project's going to take a few years. It's going to take a few years for our little saplings to reach maturity to the point where we can then graft them with another type of citrus. This is our seed that we collected not long ago this month, and we're going to plant a few up now. We've dried them out. I'm using a paper envelope that you can make yourself really easy because it just stops them going mouldy if they're not completely dried out. We're just going to take a seed and we're just going to push it inside like that. Fill up every little container. We're not going deep in, doesn't need to be very deep. About 1.5 centimetres maybe. And I'm not worrying too much what side it is. It'll sort itself out pretty quick when it germinates. And I'm not covering over the soil just yet, so I don't forget then where I've been or where I've not been. And I'm going to take a small little handful of extra potting soil just to put on the top where we've compacted the soil a little bit. Push that one in a little. So you want to give your little seed tray a nice warm place. 20 degrees, that's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. At least that as a minimum, so maybe in your house if it's too cold outside, and that'll help them to activate and germinate. And once our seeds start growing, and they're about this big, producing their secondary leaves, like this one, that's produced its third set of leaves. And if you just noticed, I just transplanted this a few minutes ago. It needed doing. The pod it was in was too small. As you can see, these seed trays are quite small and they're gonna run out of space pretty quick in here. So as soon as our seedlings reach the second stage of leaves, that's when we can start planting them up in a little pot. This is about what, a 5-6 inch by 4 inch pot, and that'll help them to continue growing until they're a much larger sapling, and we can give them a bit of feed at that point as well. And there we are. There's not much to it when you're growing citrus from seed. Just get a good potting soil, good potting mix, and get them straight in to the soil. And we should expect them to start germinating in about 2 to 3 weeks. And then they'll turn into little saplings like these ones we've got here. And they'll look exactly like this, even though this is not citrus Aurantium. This is just a type of lemon. I don't even remember what type of lemon it was now, but I just grew it off the off chance from a lemon from the supermarket. But the rootstock on this little lemon isn't going to be what we can get from these bitter oranges. So the plan in the future will be to maybe graft this one onto a rootstock from our bitter oranges. It's going to be a good fun little journey. This will be the first episode of hopefully plenty more to come in the future. Let me know what you think. Have you ever tried bitter oranges? They're very thick-skinned orange and extremely bitter, just like the name suggests. And they're called Sevilla oranges. Well, that's the name they've adopted because, well, the streets of Sevilla are full of them. In fact, here in Andalusia on the coast, all the little towns have these oranges growing all over the place, and a lot of the times they just go to waste, and it's such a shame because they make such a fantastic marmalade. If you want to know how to make your own marmalade, then click on the video that's just popped up here. I hope you're all keeping well and safe during these crazy times. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single thing. I look forward to catching up with you guys in the future.